Hey guys, what's up? Got a little more spring-like shirt today. I didn't feel like going outside, but it is getting closer to spring, even though we have snow on the ground, so whatever. But anyways, today let's discuss our purpose in this matrix. And I made a video about this previously, but let's take a different angle at it. So, a lot of people that I see in the spiritual community, a lot of people that are truly awake or truly getting to that point of their awareness in which they start realizing things, connecting dots, right? They become aware of the veil and can start seeing beyond it, beyond the false truths that have been given to us, right? There are these distortions of truth that have been given to us. A lot of people start asking for their purpose, start looking for something more meaningful than they've been handed by the Matrix. They start thinking all of a sudden, oh, now that I'm spiritual, I must be some sort of teacher or some sort of healer or something meaningful that I can attribute this life to. There has to be some sort of meaning to this life that I was given, right? It's my duty to God, to Source, to live this life, to do what brings me passion, right? And it's a heavy burden to bear. It's similar to the mission people get sent back with in an NDE, after an NDE, right? They meet some sort of being, they almost die. They bring them to this light and they give them all these answers and answer all their questions. If their questions aren't asking those threatening questions, they're not the ones that, well, what is the point of this place? What is, is this a matrix? If they're not worded that way, more than likely they're able to manipulate the answers for them or manipulate the questions that they're asking based on the answers that they give, right? So most of these people that experience the NDEs, if you really examine them, you'll see that really they had no sort of spiritual background. Really, they may have been getting more privy to things, more awake, where they broke out of the religion matrix, they broke out of various physical matrices that exist on this level that were trying to govern their mind, right? Trying to keep them down, to limit them. But they have no stronger awareness of anything beyond this place, right? More than likely they are non-believers or never experienced anything of the matter. And they're not going to question the whole idea because they don't know anything about it. How can you question something you don't know about, right? For example, how can someone, let's say before technology was invented, question how technology works, right? They don't know about it. So these people are manipulated back with the idea that, oh, it's not your time. Oh, you need to go back because so-and-so relies on you. And now that you have this information, you are destined, you are tasked with this spiritual mission. You're meant to be someone great, right? And that's pandering to the ego from the get-go because they know already who you are as a personality, as an ego. They know how to use your own beliefs against you, right? How to make you feel good. And the same thing happens to us when, let's say, people start connecting with these guides, with these angels, ascended masters. They get you with the, oh, dear one, well, don't you know that you are on this great spiritual mission in which you are saving the earth? You are creating a better place for everyone just by being you, just by shining your light. You are raising the vibration of the earth, and you are moving all of humanity, dragging them along by force into the fifth dimension, right? That's the basic message that you hear throughout these communities. And I was there myself. I was kind of burdened with this purpose, with this passion. What is it that I need to do? What am I missing, right? But all of these passions can only exist within the matrix. And I'll give you an example simply with the numbers 1 through 9. Let's take a look at the number 3, for example. Number 3, people, let's say, that are life path 3s, they more than likely are going to be very traditional. They respect traditions, they respect customs, history, what they've been taught, right? They may add their own spin on it, they may think a little deeper, but more than likely these people are going to be religious and inclined towards that spirituality if they were brought up that way. Otherwise, more than likely they have that teacher quality, right? But let's say this number 3 was someone that awoke spiritually, and all of a sudden they learned all this great information from the new age, right? And they, are love and light oriented, and they say this is the ultimate truth. Love is all that is. This place is a wonderful place if we can make it that way, if we just subscribe to love. And they set out to teach it, right? They say, oh, this is my purpose, this is my passion. He may even have discovered numerology and said, oh, it's the number 3. It told me that I must be a teacher. That is my passion, right? And throughout their lives, they fulfill that fate. They fulfill that energy that is imposed on them by the matrix. And they do it promoting what they were led to believe, what was also coercing them into talking about. That's one example. Let's take now number 6. We'll do 3, 6, 9. Number 6, these people can be great healers. These people have the ability to reach into the darkness and pull that out of people. That's what makes them healers. But they also can be focused on beauty, on design, making things more beautiful. Now, these people fall into the love and light, and they discover, oh, I've been kind of mean to people. I've been very blunt and harsh. That's a side of them as well, right? That's the hidden side of Venus. And all of a sudden, oh, no, I need to make things more beautiful. I need to be more loving. And naturally, they're beautiful. Naturally, they attract beauty towards them. And they just haven't seen it all along. So they start focusing on that. And then they discover their healing abilities. And they say, oh, my purpose, my mission here is to heal people, right? Number 9 now, last example, I promise. These people are the ones that want to change the world. They're humanitarians. They have big goals and they have the energy and the power to do it. And they just, boof, they go in like a bulldozer, like a bull in the china shop. And, they discover that they're warriors and they need to fight. And they need to fight. Let's say they pick the love and light. They need to fight the evil because it's the darkness that's bringing people down. Again, they choose a side, they play the game, and they promote the matrix. You see how all of these things are still functioning within the matrix. None of them have realized the higher reality that this place was not designed to give you a purpose. Let me tell you the ones that are born specifically with a purpose. The ones that will come out more likely very talented at a specific thing. For example, music, for example, sports, for example, writing, singing, all of these entertainments, let's say, are something that these people are naturally born with. And more than likely, they are NPCs. More than likely, they were clones. They were designed by the Matrix to rise above the general sparks, the people at the bottom that, aren't really ever going to get to that level because it's highly rigged, okay? And they're promoted as media stars, Hollywood, the sports, athletes, whatever, everything you see. And more than likely, these people at some point had given consent either of their spark, their soul, their essence, or they were specifically designed to fit that category. Don't you think that in order for them to control everything, they wouldn't put their own people in those spots, right? They also have gatekeepers, of course, and I talked about this with Rowan and then Gombe on their channel, I believe, when we talked about the spiritual traps. So these people really are the ones designed with a purpose. The purpose of everyone else is to work under these people and the archons and whatever, the demiurge, uh, so as to power the matrix, right? What is the purpose of a worker bee? What if a worker bee just got up, awakened all of a sudden and said, what is my purpose here? But that was your purpose. It was to fill the worker bee spot, right? It's not to be the queen bee. It's not to be, the one that takes all the honey and runs away or something. The purpose for you to fulfill was exactly that, to provide energy. So then your purpose, once you awaken, would be to find out how to stop participating so that you could more likely make your life easier, not kill yourself or anything, make your life easier, withdraw participation, withdraw consent, withdraw your energy, hold that, gather as much as you can so that you can eventually, at the end of the life, figure out how to exit that system of control, right? So there is no grandiose purpose. And that guilt that you carry and that burden that comes with it, or the burden that you carry and the guilt that comes with it for not accomplishing it, these things will be used as manipulation after death. If you don't know where you're going, they take you, pluck you in the life review, they pluck you in front of the karmic committee, and they say, oh, you didn't fulfill your mission. Oh, your starseed race was counting on you. All of these 5D beings, they were counting on you. You didn't do it because you weren't loving enough. You didn't help whatever, that person that was on the street, or you didn't, change the whole world or save the world, because there's nothing to save the world, or there's no way to save the world. The game is broken. The game was designed that way. It was rigged against you. And now, some may say, oh, well, you're fulfilling your purpose by, whatever you're doing. And, ironically, me being born under the 7 energy, I don't know how this happened, or if I was aware or in some way when creating my life fate, whatever was chosen for me or with me or by me or in combination with me, I was able to use all of these positive skills, these qualities, to my advantage, to have this never-ending desire for what I deem now to be the truth. If it's not the full truth, then I'm pretty sure it's very close. Because I sought to gain as well-rounded a perspective, and I had very many questions, and I still do, regarding this whole place and me, myself, and what the heck is going on and why I feel so different, right? Because more than likely, a true soul being is plucked in between a bunch of NPCs, even in your family, and you're not going to have that instant relation with other beings that you connect with on a natural level, and you're like, what is going on? Or that love that many of us seek to find with, let's say, that twin flame journey. But really, it's all these aspects of Adam, the divine spark, wandering the physical existence looking for Eve, and then we meet another divine spark and we say, oh, look at you, you're finally someone like me, someone that feels different, that doesn't belong here. And we take that as some sort of romantic connection or attraction, but it's not. It's just parts of us that were lost in this illusion. And you're, between all these NPCs or soulless beings, and you feel so different because they feel normal. They don't feel stressed out from being here, but yet you feel stressed out. You're like, how can you live that way? How can you just wake up and do the same thing over and over and over again every day and not feel stressed out or not feel overwhelmed by the redundancy? So just by looking at the numbers of the matrix, these numbers, and I do numerology I used to do it to help people find their purpose, but now I do it to help people relieve themselves of these energies. These are the negative and positive energies influencing that being to be the ego, to be that specific combination of qualities and weaknesses that were designed by the Matrix to fulfill roles in the Matrix, right? And I was able to use my roles to, the seven is very philosophical, very, someone that questions a lot. I was able to use that to my advantage. But many have the same energy of this seven, and it's not simply attributed to the seven. And they're doing the same thing, right? So ironically, I'm using the Matrix against the Matrix, but whatever. But anyways, that was my message, was to relieve yourself of this burden of purpose, right? Once you really start to learn that nothing here will fulfill you, you realize that your passion, your purpose are meaningless. It's something actually that you want to detach from, because your passion is that eros, it's that attraction that is keeping you here, that is attracting you and binding you to something here, to an illusion. Now, it doesn't mean just give up on your whole life and don't do anything anymore. That wouldn't mean you fully integrated the message that I'm telling you. It's a slow process that you have to get used to and realize for yourself, because my words are meaningless if you haven't integrated them. Okay. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, give it a like. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.